The most dangerous place on earth isn't a dark alleyway at midnight. It isn't a steep, jagged cliffside in a storm. It is a perfectly comfortable room. We are taught from childhood to fear failure. We are told to fear the sting of falling short. But failure rarely destroys a person's potential. Do you know what does? Comfort. When you are miserable, your pain forces you to change. It pushes you to move. But when you are comfortably mediocre, you stay exactly where you are. You stop chasing your grandest dreams because your current reality is good enough. You are resting on a bed of velvet, entirely unaware that the velvet is a cage. Let me tell you the ancient story of Kaelen, a traveler who held the map to a hidden kingdom, but let a warm hearth steal his entire destiny. Kaelen was chosen. He was given an ancient parchment map and a sacred message to deliver to the peak of the Jade Mountain. The journey was perilous, but the reward was a life of ultimate purpose. He set out with fire in his chest, but the road of purpose is never smooth. On the 5th day, a bitter mountain wind began to howl. Rain poured in heavy sheets, soaking through his garments, chilling him to the bone. His muscles throbbed. Fatigue clouded his mind, and just as the darkness became absolute, he saw a light in the valley. Standing before him was the Inn of the Golden Valley. The heavy oak doors swung open. Inside was a roaring central hearth, the rich smell of roasted meats and soft silk pillows. The innkeeper smiled warmly. Rest for just one night, weary traveler. The storm outside is fierce. Kaelen hesitated, looking back at the dark mountain path, but his boots were heavy with mud. Just one night, he whispered to himself. He ate until he was full, collapsed onto a cloud of blankets, and slept. The next morning, the sun was shining. Kaelen woke up early and reached for his boots. But as he stepped into the courtyard, the innkeeper handed him a warm cup of spiced tea. The mountain paths are muddy today, Kaelen. Why risk a slip? Stay today, let the sun dry the roads, and leave tomorrow. The tea was sweet. The silk robe he was lent felt incredibly soft. One more day won't hurt, Kaelen reasoned. And so, days melted into weeks. Weeks dissolved into months. Every single morning, Kaelen promised himself he would lace up his boots. But every single morning, the comfort of the inn offered a flawless reason to wait. The food was always ready. The bed was always warm. And the anxiety of the mountain trail began to feel increasingly terrifying. Years washed over the inn like water. One afternoon, Kaelen looked into a polished bronze mirror. The vibrant 25-year-old traveler was gone. In his place stood a man with gray-streaked hair, soft hands completely stripped of their calluses, and eyes that had lost their spark. Panicking, he rushed to his room and opened his long-forgotten dusty leather backpack. He pulled out the ancient journey scroll, only to find that forest mice had eaten through the parchment. The destination was gone. He had traded a glorious destiny for a lifetime of free soup and a soft bed. He was no longer a traveler. He was a captive of convenience. The Inn of the Golden Valley isn't a myth. It is your current life. Your inn is that steady, unchallenging job that pays just enough to keep you from quitting, but not enough to let you grow. It is that algorithm on your phone that feeds you endless entertainment, so you never have to face the silence of your own thoughts. It is the cozy routine that tells you to stay warm inside instead of stepping into the cold air of discipline. But a life spent avoiding discomfort is a life spent erasing your own potential. If you want to rise, You must learn to become deeply, ruthlessly uncomfortable with too much comfort. You must actively break your routines. Wake up before the sun. Pick up the weight. Do the hard thing precisely because it is hard. Look at the path ahead. The mist will try to blind you. The steep rock ledges will demand every ounce of your strength. Your muscles will burn, and the wind will blow fiercely against your face. Let it blow, because nothing on earth compares to the feeling of breaking through the fog, standing on the highest ridge, and watching the sunrise break over an endless sea of clouds. Do not let your life pass by in a warm room. Pack your bag, lace up your boots, leave the inn behind, and start climbing. If you are ready to leave your comfort zone and join us on this journey upward, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment below sharing what step you are taking today. The mountain is waiting. I will see you at the top.